Alright there guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be about conventions, and specifically, why conventions are amazing. Now, I feel like this is as best a time as ever to talk about this kind of topic due to what the coronavirus is doing to conventions. At least specifically here in the UK. So we have, the UK has, let's see, MCM Birmingham, MCM London May, MCM Manchester, MCM Scotland, MCM London October, and I think one more in November. So I think the UK has 7 MCM Comic-Con throughout every year. And this year the coronavirus has already postponed 2 of those. It's postponed MCM Birmingham, which was originally meant to be happening in March of this year. It has been postponed to June. And MCM London May has been postponed to July of this year. Now, MCM Manchester has not been announced to have been postponed as of yet. So MCM Manchester is still, as of now, at the time of recording, still taking place in late July. And you guys will probably know that I went to MCM Manchester in July of 2018 and July of 2019. And I want to go again this year, but due to the coronavirus, we don't know if it's going to be postponed or not. Not only that, the tickets haven't even, I don't even think the tickets have been put up yet to be purchased. Or if they have, I've not seen them. Now let's start off with MCM Manchester 2018. So July 2018, it had been a month after I'd left my first college, after an absolutely terrible year of something completely different to what I wanted to study. But of course, we weren't told. Okay, basically, the first college I went to, I went there to study IT and networking. What I actually ended up studying was business and IT, and really, it wasn't even IT. We studied pretty much nothing but business from the start of September to the start of April. Around about this time, 2 years ago, is when we actually started learning about IT. And I left halfway through June, so that was only 2.5 months compared to the previous 7 months of business. Not what I wanted to study. And then, you guys know, I fell out with David at the end of June of 2018. And just before MCM Manchester 2018, you guys may remember he made up some false accusations and lies about me, which I addressed a couple of days after the convention in my clearing everything up about Retro Apocalypse video that I made, where I exposed David lying about making up lies about me to make me look like a bad person. And that was my first ever convention. And I didn't go cosplaying as anybody. The closest I had to a cosplay, anything cosplay related, was the red coat that Edward Elric wears it from Fullmetal Alchemist. I have a hoodie that's basically a replica of that, and I've even worn it in some videos and have it on some Instagram photos, so you guys probably have seen it. Then we had MCM Manchester 2019, my second convention. I was much more ready for this one because I'd already been before, so I knew what to expect. And I decided to go in a cosplay this time. And I cosplayed Tamaki Suo from Orin High School Host Club. And if I can't find another cosplay for this year, if I'm still able to go, I will probably just cosplay Tamaki again, because I already have everything, so I don't have to have to go and look around for parts of an outfit, because I've already got all of them. That convention was infinitely better than the first one. The first one was really good, but the second one was definitely better, as I got to meet my... no, that's a lie. I didn't meet. I got to see, not meet. I got to see my, in terms of acting, my idol. Only in terms of acting, Nolan North, who is better known as playing Nathan Drake from Uncharted, David from The Last of Us. He plays Deadpool in the Deadpool game. He's playing Iron Man in the new Marvel game, whenever it's meant to release this year. He plays Sigmund in Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. He plays one of the soldiers in Halo 3. So yeah, he's played quite a lot of characters, and that's just to name a few. One more, Hades from God of War. So I got to see in person my acting idol, and I also got to see another one of my favourite actors at the very same time, Troy Baker, as he was there as well. And I got more more photos that I posted on my Instagram after the convention. The first time I bought a My Hero Academia shirt that related to Season 3, which I'll probably wear a lot more in the summer. And I bought a Goku plushie. The second time I bought a Naruto plushie and a Naruto shirt, which again, I'll probably wear a lot more in the summer, with the weather not being very warm that often at the minute. We get occasionally a few days where it's hot, where it's quite warm, but not enough. Where I feel I'll be able to wear either of those shirts and still not be cold. And my vlog from the second Comic-Con year is my second most viewed video on my channel, with 270 views. So I'm quite happy that a vlog from an event I massively enjoyed is my second most viewed video on my channel. Because you guys all know that the most viewed video on my channel is my reaction to the Hatsune Miku crying speech. Or I still occasionally get hate comments on it now. And it's only 10 views away from 1,000, so I'm pretty certain at some point this year I will reach 1,000 views on that video, making it my first ever and probably only ever video I've ever made that has reached 1,000 views. Now that we've spent the first 10 minutes talking about reminiscing about the convention experiences personally for me, let's properly get into what the title of the video is. Why do I think conventions are amazing? Well, number one, at least from my experience, number one, everybody is having a good time. Like, I've never been to a convention where someone's not enjoying themselves. At every point of every convention I've been to, yes, it's only 2, but both of them are pretty big conventions, and not a single person looked like they didn't want to be there. Everybody looked like they wanted to be here, and that's a good thing. Number 2 is the sheer amount of people that go to conventions. Like, the first convention year, me, Con and Rowan decided to go to Manchester on the day of the convention rather than go beforehand. So we got the train down to Manchester and just followed anyone else wearing cosplay, because why would they be wearing cosplay in Manchester and not be heading to the convention? Exactly. Then we got there and we got to the line at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we finally got in at 9:45. The convention started at 9 in the morning, so we may have spent 45 minutes in line, which sounds like a long time, but when you're around so many people that are interested and in the same things as you and have the same hobbies as you, because that's what we all have collectively, it doesn't matter that the line is quite long, because you're all there to enjoy yourselves. Now, the third thing that makes conventions amazing, at least from my experience, this might not be at all conventions, but from my experience, everybody there is so friendly. Like, you don't meet people that are slightly assholes. Like, everyone that you meet there, I mean, some of these people might genuinely not be nice people, but because they're at a convention, they're going to be nice people for the sake of it, for the sake of the convention, to enjoy themselves. But I don't see the point in being fake at a convention, unless you're David trying to soak up all the attention for yourself, because that's the type of person you are. But from my experience, everyone that I've met at conventions have all been incredibly friendly. And before you ask, yes, every single photo I've posted on my Instagram from conventions, I did ask permission first. So yeah, everyone is very, very friendly and super up for photos, which is nice. I told you guys, I think either in my year in review video or for last year, or my Comic-Con vlog from last year, that I actually got asked by somebody else for a photo for the first time. Which, funnily enough, I was actually recording the Comic-Con vlog, and because I'm not able to pause the recordings of videos on my phone anymore, because it doesn't have that feature, which my last phone did, I can't just there's no feature where I can just pause the recording. So yeah, you would have actually had a pretty different Comic-Con vlog if this girl didn't come up to me and ask me for a photo. And who knows, maybe that video wouldn't have got as many views as the one I actually did make, so who knows, it might have been fate. And number 4 is the sheer amount of things to buy the sheer amount of things you can buy there is quite spectacular, if I'm honest, because there's so much stuff. There's anime merchandise, t-shirts, video game t-shirts, anime figures, plushies. Hell, Rowan bought the ocarina from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time when we went last year. He also bought the pocket watch that Sebastian from Black Butler carries around. Like, there's so much merchandise at conventions. All different types. Plushie, figurine, shirt. That's the great thing. Conventions are a massive celebration of nerd culture. Actually, here's a good example. You know how pride parades are the LGBT celebrations and LGBT culture celebrations? That's basically what conventions are to us nerds. Conventions are a celebration of nerd culture. And the last thing I want to talk about to end this video off is anyone out there who thinks that conventions and cosplay and nerd culture is something only guys are interested in, you are very sorely mistaken, because girls are just as into nerd culture as guys are. When you go to conventions, you won't be able to tell if there's more males or females at conventions, because there's so many of both. I feel like it's such an even split. There's tons and tons of guys there, but there's tons of girls there as well. Whether it's in cosplay or not in cosplay. And the very last thing, which is a little bit of a negative, but one thing I do want to say just before we end off the video is, personally, I think that people shouldn't bring like really, really young children, as in like so young they haven't even learnt to walk yet and they're having to be pushed in a pram. I don't know, I feel like any kids from the ages of 0 to about, I don't know, I'd say 7 or 8, you shouldn't take them to a convention until they're at least that age, because I just don't feel like big crowded areas. I just don't feel like it's a good idea to have super young children there. You could say, yeah, but they could be there. Their parents are taking them there to experience it. Yes, that's a very good reason, but I feel like you should wait till they're a tiny bit older until you do. But that's the only criticism of conventions I have. But yeah, conventions are amazing, and The coronavirus has already postponed 2, and it could postpone more in the future. But that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, follow me on my social medias. And thank you for helping me hit 70 subscribers. We've done that very, very recently. Great achievement. Until next time, guys, catch you later.